But digital nomads are kind of showing the world that it's possible to just be wherever you want as long as you have Wi-Fi connection. And and now we kind of want to show everyone that it's possible to work from these remote, very beautiful, scenic places without sacrificing that much.
Welcome to an episode of Badass Digital Nomads, recorded from Norway. I'm just hanging out at the Arctic Coworking Lodge with Stian and Rolf, and this is where we live, or this is where I'm living for a month. This is where you guys always live. We're in a beautiful scenic area. Let's see if we can get the sound of the crackling fire in front of us without setting the microphone on fire.
That's important.
And we are in Lofoten, Norway, correct. In front of, what is this fjord called?
It's called the Stone Fjord because in the middle of there's a big rock or stone that separates or makes this fjord into two fjords.
That's why they call it that?
Yeah. And so it's actually this big rock, or more like a smallish mountain. And it took me 1 year to figure that out, why they call it the Stone Fjord.
I heard this fjord is 3 billion years old, or like all the mountains here are 3 billion years old. Is that true?
Probably since the last ice age, yeah.
Yeah. So welcome to the show, guys, and thanks for letting everybody sleep at your house here.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, of course.
So let's start off with just like a little bit about your background.
So my name is Rolf. I'm 25 years old. Moved up to here to Lofoten 2 years ago. Originally, me and Stian, we went to school together, went to university together in a city called Ålesund, which is kind of like the miniature version of this place. It's just really, really cool with a lot of mountains and oceans and stuff. But when we came up here for the first time, we were like amazed because it's so nice to be able to live here and just kind of live in this natural, beautiful part of the world.
I'm Stian, just turned 27, and pretty much have the same story as Rolf. So, yeah.
Just like came up here. Did you come up here to go surfing the first time, or what brought you up here? Or you're just Norwegian, so is it like a rite of passage to come up here?
Not really, but I think just came up here on a surf trip. And we're used to like kind of average waves where we used to live, and we came up here and the waves were like very good. So we just decided to move up.
So for people who aren't aware of this area, because I didn't know about it actually until I came to Norway in 2015, and I was looking at the map and looking at where to go, and I ended up in like the southern part around Oslo and Bergen. And then when I found out that this area existed, I wanted to come up, but it kind of it's like a mission to get up here, but in a good way.
Yeah, it's a bit of an adventure, or there's several ways to come up. You can get up here very quickly if you just take the plane directly, which is sort of expensive. But yeah, if you don't choose that way, you can get into some some ferries, some train rides, some bus rides.
Because that's what you did, right? You took the train.
Yeah. So I didn't come here like 5 years ago because we realized we had to fly, and I think the tickets were like $400 or something. So we just took the train from Oslo to Bergen, and then like left out of Oslo again. But yeah, when I was coming back and like looking at how to get here, just to give people some perspective as to where we are. So to get here, you can take a 24-hour train from Oslo that goes into Sweden and then all the way up. Or you can fly to another part of Norway, either to Bodo or Trondheim or Tromsø or Leknes. Well, you can fly to like one of the bigger cities and you can explore around there, and then you can take like a 10-hour train and then a ferry and then a bus and then hitchhike and then rent a car or whatever, and you can get here. Or you can just fly directly to this small town called Leknes, which is like 20 minutes away, and that is the most direct way. But it's definitely an adventure. Like if you think about a 24-hour train, like I've never been on a train longer than like maybe like 6 hours or something like that. So that's just in one country. So that's pretty far north. And even though we're up this far, it's not that cold. Like I'm just wearing like jeans and you guys have like t-shirts and flannels on, but why isn't it like super cold up here? Somebody was telling me it's because of the
there's the Gulf Stream.
The Gulf Stream.
And which brings heat with the ocean, and that stream pretty much hits that stream with warm water pretty much hits like right outside here. So the ocean actually warms up the air, which makes it not nice and toasty, but not really cold.
Yeah, just imagine going up this far north in the US or in Canada. Yeah, Alaska, Canada. That's really cold year round, or really hot as well. But
yeah, we're kind of at like the same latitude as Iceland. Is it latitude that goes
a little bit further north? Yeah,
a little farther north of Iceland. And why do people like coming here?
Well, people have been coming here for
11,000 years.
Yeah, it's weird to think about it. People came here 11,000 years ago. Like, what did you guys do up here? But I think it started off with very good fishing opportunities. Like people get a lot of fish here, and that's what has been happening in the last at least 100 years. And now it's getting more of a trend, maybe. Yeah, it's more like people come here for the experience. So it's either if you want to experience the midnight sun or the northern lights, or just see the mountains there, or if you want to go surfing or climbing, or there's a lot of different reasons to come here. But I think the common thing for for people who are travelers who come here is that it's just so beautiful. Like I've traveled a lot. I've never been somewhere as beautiful as here. So
yeah, and I haven't even done any of the hikes yet. Like you can hike up the mountains and up the fjords and get these like panoramic views, and the water's like all blue and it just looks so pretty. I've only been here for a week, but I gotta get out there. I've mostly been surfing and working.
Which is not too bad.
That's cool though when you think about it, because people came here 11,000 years ago, 7,000 years ago, like since way before the Vikings for all different reasons. And now, like this many thousands of years later, digital nomads are coming here to like work and enjoy the nature. And then you also have just regular people on vacation or adventurers who are just hanging out and exploring. Like I picked up a bunch of French hikers the other day that were hitchhiking, and they were just camping and like just like 23 years old, living their lives, exploring up here. And it's just kind of that kind of scene.
And it's crazy to see, like there's quite a few people, because there's people that comes here for like a week or 4 days to camp out and tent, and you see that all year round. And then there's more and more people like us that actually moves up here. So there's,
Then you have the digital nomads types who stays for a longer amount of time.
Yeah.
Like you're staying for a month. That's like perfect timing to kind of see it all and get it all.
And get into the community.
That's what we're all about. We're all about like opening our community to the digital nomads of the world.
Yeah, and there's only, what, a few thousand people living here year-round, you'd say?
Yeah, there's on this island it's 11,000. So
Yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's quite a big island.
And this whole island chain is something like how many kilometers long?
I don't know, but I'd say like from tip to tip,
I think
4
I
hours
read,
maybe.
like-
Yeah, 4 hours drive.
3 to 4 hour drive from tip to tip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and there's a lot to explore, like within this area. I mean, just a few minutes down the road, we have the Unstad surf spot.
Yeah.
And then within like a 1 or 2 hour radius, there's how many other spots?
Yeah. Well, the only problem with that is just that Unstad is just so good
Yeah.
that even we haven't had the time to explore enough around because Unstad just really.
Yeah. Just in general, like even though we don't think about surfing, like just to go explore all the beaches here.
Yeah.
And there's some of the beaches to the south that is kind of a mission to get to. You have to hike for an hour or something like that. But then when you get there and you see it, it's just an abandoned beach, Like how often do you see that? A perfect white sandy beach with like no houses, no people, like nothing.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
It's surreal. Like this place is like everything I thought it would be. So I guess I should tell you guys how I found out about this place. So, well, I heard about it when I came to Norway. I heard about Lofoten, like the area, and then I was like putting it on my bucket list, like I have to go back there. And then a few years later, I started creating content about remote work and traveling and digital nomad lifestyle, and you guys saw one of my articles on co-living and reached out, and then I was like, what is this? Arctic Coworking? And I looked at your profile. I don't even think you had opened yet, and I was like, I need to go there. Like, they're making a co-living spot there of all places. Like, that's awesome. So a year and a half ago, I think that was that we first connected, and then now here I am. But tell me a little bit about the Arctic digital nomads, because I just wrote an article about why people are coming up to the Arctic to live and work and hang out. But there's also, you guys have friends that are in Iceland, Greenland, and other places in the Arctic that want to spread the word about why it's a good place to go and hang out, and that there's infrastructure there, there's community there, and there's a good work-life balance. So what is this Arctic Digital Nomads about?
Yeah, so it's a collaboration project with, like you said, Greenland, Iceland, and the Faroes, where they in each of these places, in quite remote areas actually, they've opened a co-working/co-living space. And the reason they're doing this is because they're struggling to get like their own people that go to school somewhere else, in, for example, Oslo or Reykjavik or something like that, and then they can't move back because there isn't any jobs available. And same thing here. Like if you it's very hard to get a high-skilled job if you have the education for that. But digital nomads are kind of showing the world that it's possible to just be wherever you want as long as you have Wi-Fi connection. And and now we kind of want to show everyone that it's possible to work from these remote, very beautiful, scenic places without sacrificing that much.
Yeah, and that's also, you make a good point about the people, like the locals who are living there and want jobs as well. So before, these kinds of communities were, well, they're very rural, so they had fishing and maybe some other industries, but bringing awareness to these kinds of places, it's good for digital nomads from other countries to know that they can come to a healthy place and live a healthy lifestyle and have fun and meet people and get their work done. But also, it's a sign of things to come when rural communities with educated populations get to have remote jobs themselves. So I think you guys were saying the other day at dinner that you had a friend who got a good job, like he was working at a a fishing place.
Yeah, fish factory. Yeah,
A fish factory.
So he wanted to live here. So, but for the last, and he has a good education and whatnot. But like for the last 2 years, he's been working at a fish factory. So he's been using 2 years of his life just finding that job that he can kind of use his skills.
Now finally he's got like a job.
Yeah.
For like a company that kind of lets him work with the things that he's educated within. So it's a weird way of saying it, but yeah. And they're gonna let him, like after he's done, he's gonna be able to work remotely because it's kind of still a bit far away from where he lives now. So, but yeah, he's gonna work remotely or partly remotely with what he likes to do.
Yeah, that's so great because before the options were so limited.
Right.
People could work for jokes in
A
my
bit of
face.
smoke coming in there.
Is this bonfire a bad idea? I'm not sure.
People had limited options. They could work at the fish factory. They could maybe work at a cafe. They could maybe eat fish.
And even like that's so seasonal, cafes is in the summer, and fishing was like 3 months a year, and it's so hard to get into the whole fishing thing, and it's such hard work.
And what happens to these communities when there's no like relevant work for the young generation? Is that their whole population grows older, and they're not able to create value for their own community anymore.
And this is happening all over the world. It's happening in Middle America, where people are leaving their communities they grew up in because they want to go to the cities to look for work. It's happening in countries throughout Europe, especially Eastern Europe, where people have to leave because the minimum wage is really low. There's not enough jobs. And I make a lot of videos about, wherever I travel to, and I've been spending a lot of time in Eastern Europe the past couple years. And the people who watch the videos that are from those countries, they're like, oh, I really miss my home country. Like, of course, if you grew up in a beautiful place around your family members and your friends, of course you would miss it. And they're like, I want to go back someday, but they're like working in London, or they're working in New York or somewhere like that, or even in like a city like Atlanta, driving a taxi or Uber or something. Like, they're all over the world in all different jobs. And the opportunity to be able to move home and get a livable wage and work from anywhere is really significant. What is the life like here? Like, what's the vibe like? What is the daily life like for people who live in Arctic Coworking Lodge, or even in the neighborhood?
So I think for most people it's very stress-free. It's also really nice and like social. So you always have people around you, and a lot of exploration, physical activities. So for me, I guess a day in my life would be to wake up around 7 or 8, maybe go surfing, sit down here, come do some work, and maybe go surfing again. Then go to maybe the climbing gym, and then chill out.
And then eat some good food.
Eat some good food. Yeah, that's important to eat good food.
We eat a lot of like dinners with people. I just very seldom eat like alone eating. So yeah, it's not that stressful, and a lot of physical activity.
Yeah, and everybody eats at home. Like, everyone cooks here because, first, there's really no restaurants.
True.
There are in Leknes.
There will be though.
But I kind of like not having a restaurant because you just don't have to think about it. Like, you're just gonna like have your routine and eat at home every day. And then the other day, this girl from Portugal, Adelaide, she's been out foraging for mushrooms and berries and all kinds of stuff. So you had like homemade cream of mushroom pasta, I guess.
Yeah.
With like vegan cream, because you guys have all the Oatly products here. Vegan cheese, vegan cream, vegan milk. And yeah, so everyone like kind of contributes to the dinner. Like, someone makes a salad, someone buys pasta, somebody forages the mushrooms, and then we all like eat.
And it's cool how it's not really that much hassle for one single person, because everybody kind of just does their thing, and then adds their little thing to the meal, and normally it gets into a quite exciting meal.
Yeah, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And the other day we had your girlfriend's birthday, and your friend Susanna made a beautiful cake, and another girl made cookies, and yeah, that was really fun. We had like a dance party downstairs.
The problem though is when this girl Susie that you're talking about, and she's gonna make because she's opening up that cafe downstairs, and she's gonna be making too much cakes, you know, and they're all vegan cakes, and you think they're quite healthy, you know. I'm like, all right, it's still cake, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't ruin it for us.
We'll just have to surf and climb a lot.
Yeah, totally. So what is that the vision for here? Like, it sounds like you guys are going to be here for a while, and you're opening a cafe, and you've rented out this building that, how many people can stay here at a time? 12 people. And you renovated it. So what's the kind of master plan, grand vision for this place?
I think it's important to be a little bit flexible and just kind of see what happens. Like, for example, this cafe idea, like, we didn't see that coming, but then someone's like, hey, I want to start a cafe, and someone else is like, hey, I want to do this course, or so kind of just changes as it goes in a way, but at the same time kind of want to evolve it, maybe get it a little bit bigger, but not too big, just perfect size.
When I keep it, I really like it the way it is now. It's kind of like personal, and everybody kind of knows everybody, and it's quite tight. Don't want to get it like, it could be a little bit bigger, but not that much bigger.
Yeah,
I think, and it's nice to have that cafe and some activity. So
do you mean like adding another building here or adding another location?
we have another building there
Oh.
that we can use, but we haven't made a plan to use it yet. So right now we're kind of just want to fill up the 12 spaces that we have.
Yeah.
And now if we can do that consistently, like even through the winter, then maybe we will expand, but it's not like a must for us. No.
And there's people here year round, right? Like, I met this guy Mike who was just here. He said he's been here twice this year, and now he's back again. So people are here even when it's dark and cold.
We had people here last year from, I think, December, January, the whole year, but this year we're gonna close down December and January.
That's basically because we want to travel long.
Yeah, that's basically the reason. So we got people here all the way out November, and then people start coming in January.
When you were talking about how peaceful you thought you were here, like so you can kind of chill out and relax, then imagine if you're here in January, you have 4 hours of daylight, and then you're super relaxed.
Yeah.
You need to just relax.
And especially, and I was also thinking, like, if you have a project that you really need to focus on, like you need to kind of like set yourself in that perfect rhythm, then coming here in the winter time when you don't have any distractions, it's perfect.
Do you guys need me to house sit for you this winter? Do you need me to house sit while you're gone?
Oh yeah. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's if you wanna house it in like December, January, I mean, no problemo.
I might do that. Well, I was thinking this morning when I was meditating, because yesterday I published this blog on Medium that was 10 lessons from 800 days of meditation.
Yeah.
And then I got this idea because Adelaide, the girl with the mushrooms, she went to a Vipassana meditation. That's a 10-day silent retreat. And I was thinking maybe I should do that for New Year's Eve or like Christmas, New Year's, that holiday. But also coming somewhere like this would be nice. Like, it would be really nice to start off the year in a really healthy spot, not like, going to somewhere to party, like go to Las Vegas to party, and then you start the year hungover, but like starting the year with the northern lights and like quiet calmness and maybe some snowboarding, something like that. Sounds good.
Yeah.
You can go surfing in the winter time too.
You can. Oh yeah, I saw in that video.
Yeah.
Was it in the Surfers of Lofoten video?
Yeah. So that's kind of like the surfing season that I look most forward to. Is the winter. It's really, really cold, but it's also really, really nice.
How cold does the water get then?
Like 4 degrees, but the worst isn't the water. Like if it's 4 degrees in the air and 4 in the water, it's no big deal. But when it's minus 15 and you have to get up off the water and go change after you're surfing, and that's kind of the worst part about it.
Yeah, so you change in the parking lot in like minus whatever degrees.
Yeah, we do it, but we're used to it.
Yeah.
So, but I guess like you can drive home in your wetsuit too and go straight in the shower.
That's what I would do.
Yeah.
So this week coming up, we have some activities. We have the Lofoten Masters Surf Contest that I entered without really thinking it through.
Oh, you entered it?
Yeah.
Cool.
Nice.
I entered it before I took a surf session. And then, like, the next 2 days it was flat, and I was like, I can't even catch these waves. And then the next day it was like triple overhead. I was like, well, and I've never surfed in these wetsuits before, but yeah, we're gonna try it out. You guys are doing it, right?
Yeah, Rolf's away.
I'm not there, but I
Yeah.
would
Oh.
if I was there.
Yeah.
But I'm away for a weekend.
So
Yeah.
people are gonna come from all over Norway or all over
Like usually there's people coming from Australia,
Really?
Brazil, and
That's
it's always
cool.
like a few people that come just to surf that contest.
Nice. And then you're having like a coffee tasting event here. I'm really selling this place. Like you've got surfing contests, Australians coming. We've got
Yeah, there is a
coffee.
lot of stuff happening here.
Yeah.
So, but that's what I'm telling you. Like this coffee tasting thing. This that girl Helena who lives here.
Oh, okay.
And she was like, yeah, I got this coffee that I got from this fancy brewery or not brewery, but how do you call it?
Yeah, it's
Like-
like, it's like
roastery, yeah.
roastery, yeah.
And she got this fancy coffee, and it's like, oh, we can get everyone together, and everyone can kind of taste the different types of coffee, and it sounded really nice. So we were
Yeah.
like, yes. let's
And
do that.
Helena is just generally really, really stoked about coffee. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's just like a passion thing, you know.
I am too. Like we were just talking at lunch that I
Yeah.
think all of us are a little bit addicted because it's just too easy to have. Like it's like fika here, right? Like
Yeah,
fika is the Swedish
that's a Swedish word. Yeah.
break,
Yeah.
coffee break, and here it's cozy and cold and we're working a lot. And then after you surf, you want like some hot tea or some
Yeah.
coffee, and it's just really easy to drink it all day.
Yeah.
But if you're in somewhere warm, like somewhere tropical, you don't really want to drink warm coffee.
No.
Yeah, maybe iced coffee, but you
Yeah.
don't drink it as you do here. Like you always want something warm to drink if you've been outside or
Yeah.
I've been-
Coffee is the way to go.
Yeah.
I've been in Florida all summer drinking iced coffee, and then I get here and you gotta switch over. But also, let's just give an honorable mention to the water here in general, because so if anybody's into like cold therapy, this is a great place for that. If the water is like so cold and refreshing, and I've been taking actually cold showers, not after I surf because I'm already really cold, but in the morning, just like an Arctic plunge, like a polar bear plunge of a shower.
Tastes really good too.
Yes.
Yeah,
It
tastes amazing.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And that water actually comes like directly from like the lake up there.
From like a glacier lake.
I don't know if it's a glacier lake, but it's a big lake, and the water's
Never
like,
drink from a glacier lake.
No,
Don't do
it's-
that. That's a
They,
dumb idea.
they say it's it's not that good for your tummy.
Oh yeah.
10,000-year-old water.
Yeah.
It's not good to drink.
Well, and I drank the water when I went hiking in Bergen.
That's
People
fine.
said that I could.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
fine.
The water like
In streams is fine. Just don't drink from a glacier lake.
from
That's
directly from the lake,
Yeah.
where there's a bit of bacteria.
yeah.
The water from the sink tastes like bottled Boss water that you would buy at like a club for €10 or something.
That's probably
That
because
good.
it is the same water.
Yeah.
Same water.
We actually had a guy here from New Zealand who was living in Voss, so where they make the water, where they don't make the water, where they harvest the water.
They tap it from the
It's just branded there, or it's kind of like a brand name to us because it's a really like clean city.
Yeah.
But the water's not really from there.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Ah.
Actually,
I'm
Voss
learning so
sponsored
much.
the Lofoten Masters a couple of years ago, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
But I think it's like the last. I think they've sold the whole thing.
I'm not sure.
I think they went. I'm not sure, but I think they might have gone like bankrupt or something, and then they've gotten sold out to some guys. Because now it's called Boss World.
Okay.
So
The generic kind.
I'm not really sure.
Well, if people want to come up here and hike and drink good water and drink lots of coffee, then where can they find out more about this place?
You can check our website.
Yeah.
You can follow our Instagram, maybe.
Yeah. Or follow the Instagram, the Arctic Coworking Lodge Instagram, or just look it up on Google, and there's a lot of info on the website. And any questions, just like send a mail. We're not too bad at answering emails.
No, you're really good. And shout out to your Instagram. That's so good. It's so pretty.
Thanks.
So many good photographers and nice curated stories.
Yeah, but everybody who comes up here is so good at taking photos, and we're lucky enough to get a few of them. So
we're really bad photographers ourselves.
Yeah, we're really bad photographers.
We're just we get content from people who comes there.
But it's even if you're a bad photographer, your pictures just look good here because it's so pretty.
Yeah,
but the problem with us is not that we just don't take the photos, and my girlfriend actually hates me for it because I never take any pictures. So we don't have any memories.
Oh no.
So
actually,
yeah.
My ex-boyfriend hated photos, so but hey, then when you break up, you're like, oh, there's no pictures to remind me.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to get better at taking photos. So I even got a diary now.
Yeah. A photo diary?
No, just like a diary.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but I haven't written in it.
Oh, you should do it.
Yeah, I'm quite excited about that actually. Yeah, started yesterday.
I'm really into that, the past year or so.
Yeah.
Now I feel like if I didn't journal every day, even if it's 5 minutes or something, I would probably go crazy.
Yeah, it's like the other day I was surfing and I was like, oh, this will probably not be the surf I remember, and then I was like, well, I don't even remember 80% of the surf I have, just because we have so many surfs and I don't really write about them or take pictures before I go or whatever. So maybe if I write about it, I might remember more of it.
Yeah.
Or I don't know.
Yeah, you start to remember all these different details.
Yeah, and all the cool things you do.
And if you ever want to write a book, it's super handy to have written down everything that has happened in your life.
Yeah, and I'm really good at writing, so I probably should not write a book.
I went to a writing course this summer, and the guy who was running it and his friend who has written a lot of books, he was like, I wish I wrote more down because I've been to so many countries and I forget a lot of the stories and the things that happen. But that's what pictures and stuff are good for.
Yeah.
I have a few photos from Bocas del Toro in Panama, for example, and I think I was there in 2006. And now that's a big digital nomad hotspot. And I'm like, wow, I have these really really photos from a film camera or a disposable camera or something of me swimming in the water with these girls from Argentina, and I'm I never would have remembered that moment if I didn't have these pictures of us jumping off the dock.
Yeah.
So now I'm gonna take more. Well, I took some of you guys today. But,
I'm excited to see that actually.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited to be here for another 3 weeks. I'm just gonna settle in.
Yeah.
And I recommend if you guys are into this sort of thing to definitely come, and you can get a private room or a dorm, and the cost varies depending on how long you stay for, but
yeah, we're usually quite nice with if people stay here for a long time, because that it makes the community so good. Mm-hmm. So we try to make people stay for longer. Yeah.
Well, thanks guys for coming on the podcast. We're going to do lots more creative stuff while I'm here. And ciao from Norway.
Ciao, ciao.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Yeah, dude. Some water warmer. Where there's a big box with warmers inside.